After the investigation of the Ninth Armory of God, Marco Polo stayed locked up in her office, putting all her energy into devising a plan. However, she did not neglect her work as apostle. A week passed by in what seemed like seconds. While she had yet to complete her secret plans, the mountain of work she owed to the Holy See had been dealt with. You call for me, Your Grace? Ah, Carducci, I see. Finish all the work at hand. This is everything, yes? I must apologize. We have no more at this moment. But I need extra credit, my grades suck. It's the worst joke I've made on this channel. It's not enough. Nowhere near enough. I need more work. I need more data. I need more information. My knowledge of this world is still all too lacking. This way, my brilliant plan could never come to fruition. Hey, Carducci, was just me, or has her grade gone cuckoo from overwork? You'll hold your tongue if you know what's good for you. You didn't disagree, though. That must mean you agree. That's enough. I have nothing but respect for her grades and her impeccable work ethic. You know I can hear everything you're saying, right? Your Grace, we think it may be a tad more, maybe overburdened. Have you considered more frequent rest? A new church has been completed by in Florence. It'd be a lovely change of pace to pay them a visit, I'm sure. Ooh, that one? They put a gallery of my newest collection of paintings, too. A whole collection of church murals. Yes, that does sound perfect. Wait, a church? It isn't some kind of dangerous house of horrors built under siren orders, is it? If it is, that's all the more reason I need to see it. What do you think, Your Grace? Very well, a brilliant idea, and one that I was just pondering myself. Prepare to leave at once. Amidst the rhythmic shaking of the train, the party proceeded onwards to Florence. Marco Polo checked on each of her subordinates one by one. Giuseppe Carducci quietly composed a poem. Meanwhile, Raffaello gazed at the scenery outside, no doubt envisioning her next work. Their escort, Maggiore Baccara, was in the midst of a spirited debate with two uninvited guests. The journalist Alfredo Oriani and the famous inventor Leonardo da Vinci. These familiar voices eased Marco Polo's mental tension for the past week. The excitement of being chosen, the loneliness of a new world, the fear of a siren conspiracy, the exhaustion of many days' hard work, so much depressed her lately, but in this moment, she managed to fall into a deep sleep. In the morning light, a well-regulated army received their leader's inspection. Your Grace, the Crusaders await your review. The parade commemorating 100 years of your rule has been in the works for a long time. We won't disappoint. Very good. Well done, Benito and Littorio. I just say the weather is a little too chilly for my liking. Your cloak, Your Grace. Good. And my scepter? I have your scepter here, Your Grace. Oh! Delete that one, Alfredo. I wasn't posing. We'll need to take it again. As you wish, Your Grace. Raffaello da Vinci, I trust you carefully considering the composition of my portraits? You can trust us, Your Grace, Marco Polo the Great. Rest assured, Your Grace. Your Grace, it's almost time to begin the procession. As I recall, Rhys is to lead the first troop, yes? That is correct. Good. And who goes after her? Actually, read all of the formations out to me. As you wish. Second will be led by Queen Elizabeth, the third by Bismarck, and the fourth by Roma. The fifth by Sylvester Soyuz, the sixth by Iowa, the seventh by Yamato, and the eighth by Yatsen. Finally, the ninth and 13th will be headed by your 5 archangels. Good. Wait, come again? 5 archangels? Yes, Your Grace. The 5 archangels who descended by God's will and now serve as your loyal subordinates. The Archangel of Insight, the Archangel of Ordeals, the Archangel of Cleansing, the Archangel of Annihilation, and the Archangel of Construction. Wait a second. Observer, Tester, Purifier, Omitter, and Compiler. Even they obey me? No, Your Grace, Marco Polo the Great. They only serve God as his messengers. Oh, God? But what does that make me? Your Grace? Surely you must know yourself better than anyone. No, I'm not their puppet. Whatever sham these sirens worship, it's not real. To call them angels is a damn lie. Your Grace, the archangels are listening. You must calm yourself. I'm God's messenger. I'm the chosen one. Your Grace, Marco Polo. The Hierophant is still here. Your Grace, did you have a nightmare? Nightmare? It started off as a good dream. Don't worry about me. I just haven't been sleeping well. I guess even my dreams are stressed out. Hey, why is the train stopped? We're already there. The others are checking station safety. Once they're done, you may alight. Got some stuff to do, so we're out. Thanks for letting us hitch a ride. Bye-bye. See ya. They don't need to wait. Nobody can stress the great Da Vinci, or so she claims. And apparently they find it strange for ship girls to be stuck waiting for safety checks on a train. I happen to agree. Why do we have to wait? According to Baraka, this is Holy See tradition. But I am a ship girl. Forget the tradition. Let's go to the church already. Are you certain, Your Grace? Who knows what the enemy might be scheming while we waste our time? We have to act fast. Plus, the Jew of mine just gave me a brilliant idea that might get us the upper hand. Sorry, I don't understand what you're talking about whatsoever. Forget it. What matters is that we take action now instead of dawdling. Let's go! Unknown location. Unknown time. What's the point of telling us if we don't know? I return for the recorded memory beyond the door. The distant silhouette I saw feels like it became just a little clearer. Project H. And something about an artificial mind? Must be referring to an AI. Thoughts left from my head like clouds. A new door reveals itself ahead on the path. Reach out to touch it, everything changes abruptly. A fleet proceeds at high speed across the silvery white sea. Hierophant, we arrive at the distress signal's point of origin in 3 minutes. Currently no signs of life have been detected. Yes, I know. The interference is so strong that my search results aren't reliable. Warning, Mimic Beast detected in distress signal's area. Look like they're lying in ambush. Warning, Mimic Beast interference across all ship systems detected. That confirms it. This is a trap. Employing an experimental rod of Hierophants. Hierophant, the interference is getting weaker. Yes, I detected the source of it disappeared at the same time. Experimental rod of Hierophant uses complete. Data collection complete. Tunguska, meteorite sample status is normal. Employing experimental rod of Hierophant. Disintegration characteristics. Pure white. Observation successful. Strike effect detected. Airborne and waterborne mimic engines. Effector zones are collapsing. Experimental rod of Hierophant uses complete. Data collection complete. Tunguska meteorite sample status is normal. Hierophant coordinates for the next area of operation have arrived. Revising course. I like that picture a lot. That's kind of funny. A strange sense of unease gripping her, Marco Polo headed straight to the destination with her aides. At first, that is. Then the lively and free mood of Florence turned her into taking a pleasant stroll through the streets. They enjoyed a relaxing field trip detour before eventually arriving at the church. There, Marco Polo laid eyes on the murals Raphaelio had painted, taking away the last dregs of unease in her mind. Now she lay sideways on a lounge chair in the garden, thinking about another important matter. Look, Raphaelio, how do I look holding this sword? A ceremonial sword in hand, Marco Polo struck a graceful pose where Raphaelio painstakingly committed her majesty to canvas paper. Looking good, Your Grace. You look perfect with a sword, fighting back evil and seizing victory. Magnificent. Then I shall name the sword Blade of the Preeminent. Make it so the grip is furnished with gold and inlaid with sapphires. I make the blade of meteoric steel, blessed with good fortune. Be sure to add to wings the Eye of Truth and the inscription that reads, Marco Polo, the Chosen One. Be clear. The sword I'm holding is only visual reference. Well, I just described how you should paint it. Yeah, I got it. I'm a pro, remember? Of course. I trust your expertise. Now let's ask. You've only started drawing. You started drawing. So why is it your art doesn't grant me the things and powers you depict me with? I guess it's as good as mine. Maybe it's not complete enough or something? It's only at the initial sketch stage, so yeah. Ah, that would make sense. Continue then. Makara, bring me my staff. A while later, Marco Polo held her staff high and proud. I'll call this the Brilliant One's staff. Principal shields should be narwhal horns, decorated with gold. I'll describe it with Marco Polo, the Chosen One. You got it. Anything else? And a big ruby at its very end. Be sure to include a decoration consisting of angel wings and the Eye of Truth. Sure thing. Do you want anything else? That'll be all for now. Although, this pose isn't quite doing it for me. Come up with a few variations, would you? I'll pick the one that I like the most. Oh, sure. Let's give the orb a try next. Bakara, the Globus Crusader, fetch it for me. Sometime later, Marco Polo raised an orb with a cross haughtily towards the heavens. Okay, what'll be this time? I need deets. This orb and cross? The orb of the grandest one. Round stature, decorative gold, furnished with angel wings, and an eye of truth, inscribed with the words Marco Polo the Chosen One, right? What gemstone do you want? A large topaz at the top, surrounded by small diamonds and agates. I want to see some amber, too. Noted. How many different poses do you want? One will do. What do you think of this one? Are you, about to throw the orb like a shot put ball? First shalt thou take out the holy pin, then thou shalt count to 3, no more, no less. 3 shall be the number thou count. 4 shalt thou not count, nor either count thou 2, expecting that thou then proceed to 3. 5 is right out. Once the number 3, being the third number, be reached, then lobbest thou thy holy hand grenade of Antioch towards thy foe. What? Oh, you don't get it? Must be ahead of this world's time, I suppose. Hey, pose will do then. Present whichever you like. The more variants, the better. Okay. I was like thinking, should I make a holy hand grenade joke? Marco Polo had Raphael paint her in all kinds of ways. Yet none of them gave her any sort of power. My apologies, it's very early in the morning. Well, that pursuit yielded no fruit. It was an entertaining and relaxing afternoon for her. Come the evening, she received news from Giuseppe Carducci, who had gone off to do something else. She ordered that the church's facilities were ready for inspection. After a lavish dinner, Marco Polo and our followers arrived at the entrance of the newly built church. Like their visits to the Armory of God, they went through a narrow underground tunnel and wound up inside another vast space. Are these devices different from the ones we saw in the last ruin? They don't look antique, or rather, they don't look like they've always been here. That's because they haven't. The church designed this equipment over many years based on records left in the ruins of God. What does that mean? This place is easier to control because the connection to God is strong? Or not because the connection to God is strong? Because of the heavy presence of man-made machines? You can think of it like that. Though it is formerly known as the source of God's light, it's located beneath the church because its function complements the church. Its purpose is to gather and condense the power of belief, thus making it able to be stored. Stored? What is it used for? It's there if we ever need it. Also, while the source may look rather large, it's in fact only a node, one of many. Around 100 like it exist across the Sardinia lead, and most of them within the border of the Sardinia Ecclesia. The remaining are located under churches belonging to members of the League. In other words, there's a giant network of these spanning the entirety of the League? Yes, it's called the Lattice of God's Light. The source is the final node of the network. Once this inspection is done, it will connect to all the other nodes, completing the network. What happens then, after the network is complete? I suspect you'll gain unrivaled power within the area covered by the Lattice of God's Light, Your Grace. Magnificent! Exclusive rights to the power of belief. What an ingenious idea! Hang on, wait. This lattice sounds like the micro-layer transference system. And the nodes are like conceptual anchors. And now we're covering a vast area that's granting you unparalleled power. I think I know what this is. Marco Polo trembled as though she had recalled something terrible. This is bad. Based on my experience, nothing good will come of this. For a second, she stared at the friend who appeared in her mind, and immediately issued an order. Baraka, Carducci, and Raphaelio, postpone the plan to activate the lattice indefinitely. You're going to inspect each and every node once more. Huh? Indefinitely? Why? Did you find something wrong? My intuition sure did. This place is especially suspect, as it's the final piece of it all. Bakara, conduct a bottom-to-top inspection. An hour later, Bakara returned with bad news and a gloomy look on her face. As you suspect, Your Grace, I found signs of meddling. Certain crucial parts has been very obviously intentionally destroyed. What? We performed an exhaustive inspection just yesterday. I mean, saboteurs knew our plan and only caused damage after that final check. Looks like they didn't expect Her Grace to look twice at it. Thank goodness we identified the damage before it was too late. How severe was it? Quite severe. Rendered inoperable. It'll take at least 2 weeks to repair. I see. What would have happened had I not halted the activation due to my suspicion? Activating the lattice on its own wouldn't have caused any problems, but since this source is a Tier 1 node, the lattice would have been certainly incomplete. In essence, its operating efficiency would have dropped, and the defensive power of the Republic of Florence would have significantly fallen. So where's performance but still functional then? Saboteurs? More like amateurs. Instead of just resisting the lattice working efficiently, I should have hidden a back door to the lattice. And I should have waited until the moment I called upon the power, thus maximizing the damage inflicted. If Clementine were here, that's exactly what she would have done! Memories of the past shook her heart like a tree in a gale. She shook her head and collected herself. I will not make the same mistake twice. The church, God, these ancient artifacts, they all reek of siren involvement. The last thing I will do is get stabbed in the back again. At the very least, I want to face that dagger head on. No, what am I saying? I don't want to get stabbed in the first place! I will beat those cowardly conspirators to the punch, expose them for the world to see, and crush them beneath my heels! I made up my mind. We get to the bottom of this. Whoever did this, I will find them if it's the last thing I do! If the sabotage happened yesterday, the perpetrator was still hiding somewhere in Florence. I'll inform all relevant parties and start an investigation. Now contact the government of Florence and negotiate for their full cooperation. Magnificent. Oh, and tell Alfredo and Da Vinci to give us a hand. One has many connections, the other is good at investigating. Furthermore, they have yet to pay me for using my private train.